Well, Miami, we were met with some fun, some crashing, some controversy. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, before we get into all things Miami Grand Prix for Formula One, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We always love to see those of you that are following and hope to bring you more and more content like this. With that said, let's talk about Miami Grand Prix. What did you think?
I loved it. It was like we're back.
I
Like
know.
it was great. It was better than I anticipated. My expectations were very low, honestly, going into it, but I loved it. I liked the Red Bull's flippy wing. I think it worked pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's interesting. We could talk about that more. But yeah, I like how like theirs just kind of like flips back, and it's
Yeah.
like it just shows how like overly complicated Ferrari has made their wing for no
Yeah.
reason other than to make it more complicated than needed.
Yeah.
So because I was watching and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're doing something similar in how it was really just kind of flipping backwards.
Yeah, it just
It
kind
didn't
of
look like it was.
parted.
So I was like, oh well, I'll leave it to them to do it a little bit better. Yeah, what a race. Like I said, I had no expectations because one, we were coming off that 5 week break, so who knows where all the cars are. I will say it is interesting seeing Alpine. I did not see them as the top as cars that were going to be and constructor that was going to be putting cars in the top 10, but they obviously got it together because they are truly they're doing great. So obviously Gasly, if we want to talk about some of the things, Gasly did have a crash and a pretty crazy crash.
Yeah.
Because like even the commentators, I don't know if you're watching it, were like, I don't know how he ended up like that. So
Yeah,
you really
like he
had to
flipped.
go back through and watch watch everything to see that he did flip all the way over, which is crazy
And
to see.
it shows how important those halos are because that saved his little noggin there.
Yeah.
Anyways, hold on. I need something
Yeah,
to
but
fidget with.
overall, but Antonelli making history, first driver to win his first 3 races from pole position, obviously, as well as being youngest driver to accomplish this at the current moment. I don't think, and tell me if you're wrong, but I don't think seeing Mercedes at the front was as alarming or new to us. I think what might have been a little bit concerning is where George Russell was throughout the entire
Oh my
race.
god. See, that was my George Russell meme.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm gonna put his face over Mars so we don't become a meme. Yeah, he was probably pissed the whole race. Like he was back there, and it seems like they did stuff to. Well, in the last episode, you said they weren't gonna bring stuff to Montreal, so maybe that's why he's just still in the back, or like maybe he was having issues, ate too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they didn't bring, from what I understand, they didn't bring any major upgrades to the race. I could see George Russell's pretty vocal about Miami not being one of his favorite tracks, and I can see how
True.
you either really like Miami or you don't. I know as well some drivers are not big fans of the like sprint race. I will
Yeah.
say, as someone who has been to a race that has a sprint, I understand it as an actual fan in stands why they're doing a sprint race. It does make the Saturday a little bit more enjoyable and make it make sense as to why you going out to the
Would be
track and
there.
watching the things. As for like a at home viewing, I understand where people's frustration with it is because it's really not that exciting because you're not at the track watching the actual race. So
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know where I was going
I
with
don't know. George Russell. I mean,
George
he
Russell.
definitely-
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
the poor
him.
dude, he started out with everybody was rooting for him for the season, and now everybody's like, George who? You know?
Well,
But
and I could see this being a product of, George has done a great job of putting in the work and being a solid team driver for Mercedes. And a lot of everyone was very like speculating as Kimi came in, and if Kimi started doing better, that they would start to prioritize him. And I don't think that Mercedes. It doesn't seem like Mercedes is prioritizing Kimi at all at the moment. But I could
yeah,
see
he's
how
just
that could
driving
start to get.
better.
I could see how that could start to also get into George Russell's head, and then all of a sudden he's having. I mean, think Lando and Oscar last season of. It seemed like Oscar was going to basically win the championship, and then we hit the summer break and come back, and then all of a sudden it's like Lando is just driving the season of his life, and Oscar is just nowhere to be found. So I know a lot of people like to kind of attribute that to like teams kind of sabotaging or playing favorites, but I think it is possible to just get in your head and just have a bad season, or you just have. There might be tracks that you just like. I just want to get here. I want to get this race done and
I was
move
gonna
on.
say, like, maybe that style of track just doesn't suit his racing style. I mean, Kimi seems to be doing well with it, but I don't know, maybe he'll come back. What's the track in Montreal like? Is it?
Montreal's a fun track. The dangerous part is the final turn. If you misjudge that, you're going to clip the wall. And that's not where we saw Lando crash last year when he ran into Oscar. That was down the other end of the front straight. But that last turn, that last chicane and turn for Montreal can be pretty crazy. And you misjudge it. It's it's funny when for the Miami race, who was it that crashed? It was the same time that Pierre Gasly crashed.
All I can think about is Lame Lawson and that song that plays on TikTok. I'm Lame Lawson.
Yeah, but whoever that crash was that crashed before they realized that, huh?
Was it Bierman? No,
I think Bierman finished.
No, Hulkenberg's brakes caught on fire.
Yeah,
Who is it?
I don't know.
We're so good at this, bro.
I know, right? See if maybe it's in my notes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Hajar. That's right.
Hajar.
Because I mean,
yeah.
he was. You could tell he was angry that he crashed. But you know what the funny thing is I saw where his car was, and I was like, I know exactly where he hit. He clipped I knew that he clipped with his outside wheel. I knew that he clipped that barrier right there, making that tight turn into the S. I mean, every time in Miami that people always get too close to that barrier and hit, and then it's game over. You pretty much destroyed your front suspension. So when I saw Hajar crash and I saw where it was, I was like, oh, I know exactly what he did. I didn't need to see the playback. But Montreal is very similar in that you misjudge it and you're done. Your race is over.
He probably won't do very good. Then if it sounds the same, like, prove me wrong, George Russell, I'm here for it. But the outlook not great,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would say that George Russell, if he really wants to be in contention, he needs to do better.
Drive better, bro.
Like, I'm not trying to, I'm going to simplify this for him. You need to race faster and finish at a higher position. You're welcome.
Stop complaining and just start driving. I did think it was funny, though, who was it? Charles Leclerc, when he got on the radio and grumbled about something, and Ferrari just didn't respond to him.
Yeah.
They were like,
well, yeah, he was.
You're asking us?
He was.
Gosh.
That's Ferrari's MO. Or they always go, my favorite one that they always go is, we're checking on it now.
Yeah.
Which is basically, we're not looking at this at all. We don't care what you want. Yes, Leclerc was. For those that didn't see, Leclerc was frustrated with their pit strategy, especially with the continued prediction of rain. I think that him stopping when he stopped may have ruined a little bit of their race. I will say the Ferraris were looking really good, but it seems like they just kind of fall off at some point. I don't know what's going on with them.
Hamilton, he was far in the pack.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
having a good day.
I wasn't sure if that was just
curse.
No, I mean they're in Miami. I feel like that would be like more hype. I don't know. He may have sustained some damage from the race because he ran into Verstappen, and
That's right.
and he was involved in another incident early, like the first lap. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's sustained some damage that just kind of threw his race off altogether. Because Leclerc seemed to be doing pretty good until he just kind
Until the
of
pit.
fell off at the end. But that was something broke. So
Something broke. Yeah. I think we need to give like massive snaps to Max Verstappen though. Hello.
I do too.
He
Yeah,
did
I agree.
that 360, saved it. He did what, like 52 laps on tires? Like only he could do that and still finish what, fifth,
Yeah.
fourth? I think he that was like, it was nice to see Max. It felt like we had Max back. He was driving and doing what he does best.
Yeah, it was good to see. He was having a really good race, and it sounds like they're still having a lot of issues with that Red Bull. So it's good to see that he's figuring it out, and if they figure out the tweaks for the car, then we could see him competitive again.
There's
That
promise.
and I mean just McLaren in general. I mean Lando winning the sprint race, both him and Piastri being very competitive all the way through the entire race.
I was very excited Oscar finished in podium because I feel like he hadn't had anybody who'd been close, so it was nice to see him up there.
Yeah, it was good, and it was good to see the McLarens competitive back at the top. So, which is going to now, if McLaren's all of a sudden super competitive and Ferrari is able to get a little bit more competitive, maybe with their long run, their long run consistency, we could have a real title fight between a few teams, as well as if we start seeing McLarens or Ferraris on the podiums, we could also see a drivers fight for the championship. Right now, if Antonelli keeps doing what he's doing, I think he's gonna take it away. But we have a lot of racing still left in the season. We still have 20 races to go, and a lot can change.
How many races?
20, because we've done 4. Wait, no,
Dude.
18. Sorry, I forgot to subtract out the 2 that because I think there's 24 total, and then we've done technically 4, but we didn't do 2 of them. So, yeah, 18. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
For that math for no reason.
I have to say, I think the bromance between Max Verstappen and Kimi is really cute. Like, I always see them; they're always like talking, and Max is always very excited and supportive of him, and I think that's like really cool. So.
Yeah, and Max Verstappen has been very vocal about getting people into racing and sim racing and stuff like that. So I think for him, he sees kind of the next generation of racers coming up through Kimi, and I think it's cool to see. It's cool to see that Kimi, and I do hope that he wins the title. Obviously, I want Hamilton to win as kind of my go-to driver, but Kimi Antonelli is a great driver. Like, he's not doing a bad job. It's not luck. It's not because he's just got a good car. He's just doing a good job driving.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, our obligatory, where's Max going? Is he going anywhere? After that race, has your opinion changed? Go.
I think Max is still going to leave. Hear me out. I'm still sticking to my... Huh?
No.
Yes. I think I'm going to stick to my... He's going to finish out this season. He's not going to race next season, and then he'll go to McLaren in 2028. That is my official...
Like, signed, sealed. Should we put it in an envelope?
Yeah, we just put it in an envelope. I'll seal it with a kiss, and then in 2028 we can, if we remember to revisit this, we can. But I do think that is my guess as to what is going to happen, because like I could see Verstappen. Mercedes is going to give him a great offer. I mean, there's nobody on the field that's not going to give him.
So, like, I mean. You think they would kick George to the curb? Because they're not getting rid of Kimi at all.
Yeah, they're not going to get rid of Kimi, especially if he's on track or if he does win.
I think they would totally just be like, later, dude.
I think that they would.
We want Max. You think so?
Yeah. I mean, like, think of the value. Like, Hamilton hasn't been great at Ferrari, but just think of the value that he added just having his name associated with Ferrari when they announced it. So I think Mercedes picking up Verstappen is always going to add that value. And I've said that, like previously I've said that like George Russell has like better brand equity in the sense of like they get a lot out of him, but Verstappen brings just so many fans that it overcomes that benefit that they may be getting from George. So, but yeah, I do think that he is still going to leave because I don't see these regulations changing anytime soon. And yeah, he may have had a good race, but if a lot of this stuff that he's been complaining about doesn't get fixed, and it probably won't get fixed for a while. I know one of the big talking points going into this weekend is I believe they're talking about going back to V8 engines 2030. So if he's not happy with this, I mean, the next major engine overhaul may not be until 2030, so that's 4 years away. But I'm pretty confident in saying that if Lambesi is going to go to McLaren, Verstappen will go to McLaren.
I think that's fair. I think, though, I think because the race went well, I feel like he won't take a year off. Like, I would be kind of shocked if he took a year off. Kind of not, kind of would be. I think I could see him racing with Red Bull for like one more year and then transferring to McLaren. I'd be very shocked if he went to Mercedes, but hey man, I don't know. I don't know anything. Yeah. That's what people on the internet tell me. I think you have a good theory though. I'm not dissing your theory.
I mean, it's just a theory, but all signs kind of point to that makes the most sense.
Yeah, we'll see though.
And like you think of like Zach Brown is, about, he's the CEO of McLaren, so he wants to add as much value to McLaren as well. So Verstappen going to McLaren would be a huge deal, I think.
I mean, Verstappen going anywhere would be a huge deal. Like, he's always been Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, a lot of drama, a lot of things now that we're back racing in Formula One. Next up in 2 weeks, we have Montreal, which is probably one of my favorite, probably my third favorite racetrack across all of them. So really excited to see. Can't wait. See Tuesday, Friday. What days do we record?
I don't know. When we
Stay tuned for more race news Friday as it comes up. Like, subscribe, you know the deal.
Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok and Instagram.